cold, we're lonely, we're sad, we're probably gonna be stuck in lockdown again because it's hashtag quarantine times, and you know, things are just not that great right now. But you know what could possibly combat this? Watching some good anime. Seasonal depression is here to make everything worse. It wasn't bad enough that we had to be stuck inside, but now the sun sets at 4 p.m. and I want to go to sleep at 4 p.m. and not wake up until noon the next day, and that is just not okay. But some things I do to combat my seasonal depression are watch some really good, feel-good anime. So today I'm going to list 6 anime that may not cure seasonal depression, because literally the only cure for seasonal depression is sunlight, therapy, and medicine, but it may at least make the next few months easier to live through. Quick disclaimer, I am not a psychologist. I am just a girl in a sweater who is on YouTube talking about anime and mental health. Please seek professional help if you need it. Let's move right on into the list. So starting off with number 1, The Devil is a Part-Timer. Have you ever wanted to watch an anime where Satan became a person and then sold French fries at McDonald's? No? Maybe? Yes? Okay, well, if you ever have, then The Devil is a Part-Timer has all that and more. It's basically a isekai where Satan, who is attempting to conquer the world in this alternate timeline, gets transported to the modern world along with the hero who is trying to defeat him, and they both have to figure out how to survive in the human world. In order to do that, they need to get jobs, because you know, you can't survive in modern society without having to work. It's an unfortunate fact of life. So he finds a job at McDonald's, and he learns the ways of not only becoming a human, but also the hard struggles of working a part-time job at a fast food restaurant. I think the best part of the show is that they can't say McDonald's because, you know, copyright infringement. They call the franchise McDonald's. It is the best copyright flipped name that I've ever heard of. McDonald's is the best name ever. But this show is definitely a comedy, lighthearted, something to make you laugh. You know, laughter just brings up your dopamine, and that is great for times when you're really, really sad and stuck inside. So I definitely recommend you watch it. You can watch it on Netflix, Hulu, and Tubi. And let's move on to number 2. Keep Your Hands Off Izogan. This anime is an anime about making anime, which is like the coolest Inception multi-layered thing to ever be in an anime. We follow 3 young girls in high school, Midori, Kanamori, and Sayaka, who are all super energetic high school girls who come together to form the Izogan, which is the video club. However, they use it as a cover-up to create anime, and it is so great. We follow their adventures from making concept art and character designs and putting it all together and animating it, seeing their ideas come to life. The best part about this show, besides the fact that it's directed by the same director as Devilman Crybaby and Lu Over the Wall, Masaki Yuasa, is the fact that we get a deep dive into the worlds that these characters are creating and seeing them inside of their own worlds. And of course, that's also heightened by best girl Kanamori, who is all about the money, and she keeps the girls on track to actually finish their work and get money and not get lost in their passions, which is a really, really good reality check. I feel like all creatives need a person like Kanamori who keeps them in line. You want to get money, you want to get paid, you gotta turn stuff in, even if it's not great. So this unusual slice of life you can find on Crunchyroll. Next up is number 3, School Babysitters. Now, if you just want something that is entirely peaceful and wholesome and absolutely incredibly adorable, then you need to watch School Babysitters or Gakuen Babysitters. It is the sweetest slice of life anime you'll ever see, and it'll just make you want to bundle up in some warm blankets and binge watch all 13 episodes in one sitting and just obsess over how cute the babies in the show are. So basically, this show follows 2 young brothers, Ryuichi and Kotaro, who have recently lost their parents in a plane crash and are taken in by the headmaster of a school who also lost her son and daughter-in-law in the plane crash. And the one condition that the headmaster has for keeping Ryuichi and Kotaro at the school is that Ryuichi has to help run the Babysitters Club on the campus. And his little brother Kotaro, who is a little bitty baby, I don't know how old any of the kids are. I think they're between the ages of 1 and 4. They're really, really small, but they all kind of look the same age because they're all cute, chibi, adorable little characters. We get to see, him interact with all the other babies and the relationships they form together and the things that the children learn from, you know, the older high school kids and from the adults, and learning to get along with one another. And it is so cute. It's a little bit sad because of the backstories of the main characters, but that just adds to its wholesomeness. It's like a happy sad. It'll definitely make you cry happy tears at the end. Please go watch it and tell me who your favorite baby is. Kotaro is my personal favorite because he is just the sweetest little kid. You can catch these adorable babies on Crunchyroll and VRV, and let's move on to the next one. But before we do, don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. Make sure to subscribe to the Anime Tea if you haven't already. Turn on that bell for notifications so you never miss a video. New videos drop every Wednesday and Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Moving on to number 4, which is Dr. Stone. I couldn't make this list without adding a shonen type anime too, because, you know, shonen in general tends to be really uplifting and feel good. And, you know, most of the main shows are like that. But I wanted to throw in this newer anime that came out only about a year ago. I think that it deserves to be on the feel-good anime list because it is a very good feel-good anime. Dr. Stone follows a celery head, Senku, who is a scientist, who is like a high school genius, basically a prodigy. And one day, the entire world gets turned to stone, and he wakes up 3,000 years later with the entire world, you know, still turned to stone. So he takes it upon himself to revitalize all of humanity, you know, with his super smart brain and his huge celery head. If you like science, if you like crazy experiments, if you like ridiculous facial expressions, Dr. Stone is for you. It's hilarious. It's actually pretty wholesome in some parts. There's lots of underlying factors of, like, you know, friendship, because it's a shonen, as well as just like overcoming whatever obstacles are in their way, whatever scientific things that he has to figure out in order to help other people. It's hilarious, has great comedic timing, also has all those shonen elements that you love, like fight sequences, rivals and characters, backstory with Senku and his dad that will just leave a little tear in your eyeball. It's always a happy cry here with the feel-good anime. So if you want to see how Senku gets out of the Stone Age, make sure to check it out on Crunchyroll. And the second season is coming in January of 2021. So once you finish season 1, you can always go and watch season 2 when it premieres next year. Moving on to number 5, which is Kaon. Kaon is an adorable anime about 4 girls who join a band at their school. They actually join the Light Music Club, which is Kaon for short in Japanese. And through their little obstacles and through them learning how to play instruments and work together and make this band and make music, we just get to see them bond and make friendships and like just do adorable things like drink tea together in class and talk about random little things and go on trips together and play their songs, which are bops, by the way, that will have you like singing along and dancing. If you don't dance to Fuwa Time, I don't know, I can't help you. Like, if something's wrong with you if you don't dance. If you don't at least nod your head to Fuwa Time or to any of the opening and endings from Kaon. There are 2 seasons, I believe, on Netflix and a movie that is out on Netflix as well. All of them are great and will just, if you just want something to put on in the background while you're doing stuff and while you're trying to like calm yourself and like, you know, find joy in your life, definitely put on Kaon and watch their little shenanigans. The main character, Yui, is a total klutz and she is so adorable. And each of the girls have their own little personalities that you will fall in love with for sure. And let's move on to the last and final one on this list, which is number 6, and it is Kaguyasama Love is War. I could not make this list without adding Kaguyasama Love is War. Like, it was only supposed to be 5 and I had to add 6 because I had to add this one onto it. Talk about a feel-good, hilarious anime. Kaguyasama Love is War follows 2 high schoolers, Kaguya and Shirogane, who are the vice president and president, respectively, of the student council of their school, which is a super prestigious academy where mostly rich kids go. So these 2 have fallen in love with each other, but they don't want to admit that they like each other because they're both really like stubborn and strong-willed, and they don't want to be the ones to like succumb to the person who tells the other one that they like each other. So instead they go into this whole entire war. It's like a metaphysical, like psychological war basically, where they try to get the other to admit that they like them, and they just go back and forth. and it is so funny and also really, really adorable. You're both simultaneously rooting for them to get together as well as not wanting them to get together because you want the shenanigans to continue. And it's just great. Plus they have other great characters like Chika Fujiwara of TikTok fame, broke the internet with her Chika dance, and everyone was doing it. Even I did it, if you want to go look on my Instagram and see me do it. She is a great character. She's always there either thwarting their plans or helping them get together accidentally and not realizing what she's doing, and it's just the cutest thing ever. It's great. Great feel-good comedy. Plus, there's 2 seasons. The first season is available on Crunchyroll and Verve, but only the first season. But you can watch the second season on Funimation and Hulu. And yeah, both seasons are great. The second season is probably my favorite, and we get more information on some of the background characters and their backstories, which is really well done for a comedic rom-com anime. And if you've already seen Kaguyasama Love is War, because I know it came out recently, and you're looking for something else a little bit similar, I would like to recommend, on a side note, maybe we'll call this 6.5, but I like to recommend Ouran High School Host Club. It's an older anime, and not too many people may remember it or have seen it yet, so I definitely recommend it. Please go watch it. It is one of my personal favorites. So it's just a great funny romantic comedy as well that I think you should watch if you loved Kaguya-sama Love is War. That is it for this list for today. Let me know what your favorite feel-good anime is when you're feeling a bit sad, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!